Hi everyone, I'm here today to explain the Cambridge IGCSE ICT 2018 May-June Paper 32 spreadsheet part. So in this part of the question paper they said you are going to prepare a spreadsheet model to hire rental cost of a log cabin. All currency values are in dollars and two decimal places, and then after cabin can be hired by the day or by the week. So open the file J1832 booking.csv and J1832 cost.csv in a spreadsheet package and examine the contents. So we will go to desktop here, and then we'll go to our folder and we will examine the files here. That is one and that is another one. Let's see what they have. So this sheet has some kind of information related to the renting of the cabin, and this one is having some codes of the cabin, their names, the types of cabin, cost per day and cost per week. So what we are going to do is we need to insert three new rows at the top of the file J1832 booking. So three rows, just click here, then right click, insert, one more, and then the last one. So we have three rows now. Next is it, add text and formatting so that the spreadsheet look like this. We need to arrange our spreadsheet which should look like this. So there is a heading there, so we'll do that as well. Yeah, from A1 till F1 it is merged. As you can see it is merged till here, and then after this information, it is also merged. So we will just double click here, paste info, and then we will merge them as well. Then after here they have said we need to save the spreadsheet. They did not mention the color, so we need to arrange it by our own. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change the font color to white and background to a black, and this font I'm going to increase the font size, for example 26, and then this one I'm going to increase it to 18, just like that. It is increased. So make sure the font is a sans serif with the black background and 100% accurate, and cells are merged from A1 to F1 and A2 to F2, and then row 1 is larger font, row 2 smaller and but taller than row 4, and then after row 3 height half of row 1. So at the moment half of the other rows, so we just move this one like that. Yeah, that's it. Now next step is we need to save our style sheet with this name underscore center number candidate number. So file, save it as, and click on browse, and I will save it with the same name, then underscore center number and then underscore candidate number, and we'll save this one as Excel workbook. Just click on save. The file is saved now. Next step is that take a screenshot showing cells from A1 to F1 in your spreadsheet. Row and column heading must be displayed. So just click on print screen and then place it into your evidence document as evidence 4, and then you start cropping from A1 till they mention F11. So that is F11, just like that, and then crop from here as well, so that you can show the clear view and of the contents that you have, just like that. Now next step is that place your name, center number, candidate number in the right of the header. So we'll go back to our sheet here, file, and I will go to the print option and page setup. Then we'll click on header. So header, and then at the right side my name, then center number and candidate number. Then just click on OK, and let's move forward to the next step. Place an automated field to display today's date on the left in the header. So we need today's date also in the header here. So here is the date option. Click on OK, add. So the date will also appear in the header. And then after, the automated file name, which include the path on the right in the footer. So now footer on the right side, file name and path. Just click on OK and click on OK. So all this information appear here. Let's go back to the normal now. And here they have mentioned that for steps 16 to 22 you may enter test data to help you create your model. Okay, now so restrict the data entry in cell B4 to D or W. So we need to go to B4 here. It is B, that is 4. Restrict the data entry, so just click on data, and then we go to the validation, then data validation rule, and then we will select here a list and day and comma week, W or D. Click on OK. So you see now this one is restricted to these two entries. And then take a screenshot of your method of restriction, they said. So here the validation rule that I have applied. So get a screenshot of this one, print screen, and just paste it here as your evidence 5. And then just crop it from the end to show the data validation method only. Now next step is enter a formula in cell D9 to display daily if cell B4 contains D, weekly if cell B4 contains W. So in D9 we need to enter the formula. So that is D and that is 9. So equal to if, then bracket start, if this cell B4 is equal to then in the bracket, because it's a string, it's a day, then you just show here day, otherwise week, and then just close and press an enter button, just like that. So if it is day or week, it will work accordingly. Anyhow, it's okay. Till now we have no entry here. Now next step is take a screenshot of your formula, place this in your evidence document. So you just click here, and this is your formula here, print screen, or you just have a print screen only, and then just go to the evidence document here and just paste it, and make sure there is no other content except the formula, so that if you want to increase the picture size, so the formula can be clearly seen for cell D9. That's done. Now evaluate in your own words the restriction you placed in cell B4. So what we place in cell B4, we restricted the cell for data entry of only D or W. And then they said suggest how these instructions could be improved, how you can improve it more. So improve these restrictions in your spreadsheet based upon this evaluation and your suggestion. And then type your evaluation and suggestion in your own words into your evidence document, not more than 100 words, and take screenshot of the improvements you have made to these restrictions, and to just place it into your evidence document. So here what we need to do is we need to first evaluate the restriction, then we need to have our suggestions, and then any improvement if you can do. So improvements that we can do to this sheet is, for example, we click here and we click on this cell B4. So what I can do is, here I have restricted this one to D and W. So I'm going to have restriction also for small and capital letter as well. So validation, I'm just going to click on data validation, and I'm going to type here small d and capital D with small w and capital W. That is first improvement that I can make to my restriction. So click on OK here, and then just paste this one as your print screen 1, and then crop it as well. So that is one improvement that I have made to my area of restriction. Yes. Then other improvement that I can make is to write on the small and capital, which is already done there. So you can just replicate that one again here. Just click here and then go to restriction here, validation, and just choose capital W or small d, like just like that, small w and D. Click on OK. Now you just check your validation again. Yes, print screen, and click on OK, and just paste this one is, or you can say this one. So both of them will be your improvements to your restriction area, just like that. Make it bigger. Yeah. Now you have to type your evaluation and suggestions and then improvement. So I'm going to type here evaluate. Yeah, evaluate here. Now evaluation, I'm going to say here that I have used data validation to restrict data entry. That is one. Then data entry is restricted to only the items entered in source list or range cells. And then after my validation rule only caters for lower case letters should allow upper case letters as well. And then after my validation rule should not allow a blank cell in B4 as it could cause an error. So I'm not going to leave it blank. So this is my evaluation, and then I'm going to type my suggestions. So first suggestion that I have is list source in validation rule should be extended to include capital W and small w. Yeah, and then after remove tick box for ignore blank, prevent B4 containing no data. And then improvement. So first is improvement print screen showing capital D and capital W added to accept it validation, and then after ignore blank tick removed, blank removed if ever mentioned above. So these are the improvements that you have made. So if you look this one here, I did not click on ignore, so it is here, but in the next step you see I should change this one with the validation that I have made, just to uncheck this box, and now print screen, click on OK and just paste it as your improvement. So this is what I have done to my validation rules. Now click on save and let's move forward to the Excel. Yeah, next step here they have said enter a formula in cell B4, B9 to look up the name of cabin using the file J1832 cost in B9. So we'll move to our B9 cell here. So equal to VLOOKUP, then it will look up at the cabin code, and the cabin code we are actually entering here, and then comma, and then I will go to the other sheet. So we just need to select from here this data because we are only concerned with the code and name, and then comma, column is 2 and 0, or you can just say false as well. So press enter. So this is what you have entered the formula, and then next step enter function in cell BF9 to display the appropriate cost per day or per week for this cabin. So we need to find out per day and per week cost. So we need to enter the formula in F9. So here, so in this case, I'm just going to type the formula in F9. Yes, so we'll proceed to the F9 cell. So I'm just going to write here equal to. So cost when I'm calculating, so in the cost is in the Excel sheet here, it is per week and per day cost is here. So first of all, I need to get these values from here to that sheet. So what I'm going to say there only equal to, we look up first, we look up, and then I will use again this cell as my lookup value, and then comma, array is this one, so that is for per day and per week. So first I'm going to find for per day, and then after for per week. So I selected this all area, then comma, and per day cost is here in fifth column, 1 2 3 4 5. So 5 comma 0, and then I'm just going to close the bracket and press enter button. So that will be for in case if it is day. So now at the moment we have day and week both. So I'm going to use if condition now. If my cell, yes, my cell B4, if it is equal to D, then comma, look up this value, yes, and then if it is true, comma, if it is false, then you have to say if B4 again, if this B4 is equal to this time W week, then comma, we look up, we look up, yeah, then bracket start, and this is our table value, lookup value, then comma, table array is here, this point till this point, and now my cost per week is in 6th column. So comma 6, comma false 0, then bracket close, and then after if it is false, then I will just say comma, leave it blank just like that, and then close the button once, bracket and 2, and just press enter. So you will get here the rate of pay just for both cases, if it is day or week. And next, enter formula in cell B11 to calculate the total cost of hiring this cabin in B11. So in B11 the total cost, so in B11 I have to type the formula equal to F9 multiply by B7 here, B7 with the number of days or week or whatever, and then just press enter button. And next step they have said apply appropriate formatting to all these cells. You need to apply appropriate formatting to them, so as it is a cost, okay, and then here it is also cost. Then what you are going to do is you are just going to click on right click, and then you will just move to format cells. That must be currency, dollar, and 2 decimal places, just like that. And then next step is save and print the spreadsheet showing the formula. Make sure it is in landscape orientation. Row and column headings are displayed. The content of all cells are fully visible. So we'll just click on formula, and then we'll click on show formula. This is how it will look like. Sorry, little adjustment is required. Yeah, all the functions and formulas can be clearly seen now, just like that. So we'll go to the print preview here, and we'll add this page to page 1, and that is your page 2. So we will print this one, and we'll click on file, then print option and page setup. We need to change the sheet heading, row, column mentioned here, and then page must be in landscape orientation, and when you click on OK, this is how it will look like. So you just need to print this sheet with the formulas. Then you will click on back to move back to the normal, and we'll proceed with step number 24. Enter data to book a cabin with the code G. So we'll click on normal, and the code is G. So I'm going to enter the data now with code equal to G. Yeah, so cabin code is G, and a weekly rate for 2 weeks. So here I'm going to select here weeks and then 2. So when I enter this data this time, week G2, so the information will appear here, and then what I need to do is I just need to check if everything is fine. Yeah, it is. And then they said here print the sheet this time with the values, and content must be clearly visible. So now you have to click on file, and then you need to print them. So when you're printing this one, you can do what you just can home here and click here and orientation left, and then you can make this one smaller as well. To adjust this one in a single page, it is possible actually, just like that. And then you click on file, click on print. So this is what you can print. If it is smaller, you can just increase the percentage from here so it is more clear, or even 100% as well. So let's go back now to the question paper again. Now change the booking to book a cabin with the code B with 3 days. Now get normal, code is B this time, and for days, and for 3 days, just type here 3. So this time the result is different. So you need to print now these values now. So just click on file and print again with these values as they are said. Print out with a single page, all the contents are clearly visible, and that's the end of the spreadsheet part of this question paper. So hope you have learned how to deal with the spreadsheet and how to restrict a cell to a specific data entry. So thanks for watching, and subscribe the channel for more videos and updates.